So we're here to speak about the enterprise AI factory reality and what VAST is basically doing in that field in a very concrete manner. So I think it starts with that. Like many customers, many companies today, basically building their factory from a hardware standpoint, investing some financials into buying hardware and GPUs to run those AI workloads. But it also means that those GPUs are 512 very expensive heat generators that needs to be better utilized. And I think one of the key questions that needs to be answered is now what, from an architecture standpoint. Now what we're going to do with them, now how we're going to utilize those GPUs, which will definitely needs to be discussed in the early days, and I think a little bit complex to kind of grasp an understanding without knowing what a factory actually needs. So, the evolution of the AI impact is quite straightforward, right? What started with foundation model training that is then evolved into fine-tuning and some domain adaptation that happened to optimize models, is then evolved into applications and building some RAG and mini AI systems that are using different models, different tools to kind of stitch everything together. And then obviously evolved to where we are today with large-scale inference implementations. But not only that, we also see more agentic, more multimodal, more physical AI, and all these buzzwords that we're hearing from time to time. Many of the companies, many of the customers are currently in that journey somewhere in between, right? Some are still training models, some are still optimizing and fine-tuning models, and the rest are building some applications with different tools and technologies. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. We're in an AI conference, so I feel like I don't need to explain what inference AI actually means across different verticals, but it's basically appears in different applications, different verticals, and so on. Going to scaling those solutions, you basically have multiple pitfalls where a deployment can crash, a deployment can be challenged from a time to first token standpoint, inference latency, throughput barriers, and so on. And when you come to an enterprise scale deployment where there is petabytes of data and many streams and different modalities that needs to be ingested and needs to be inferred in real time, that's where these actually become challenging on some of the key components like vector index, where semantic search is needed for large-scale embedding deployment. But also the GPU starvation, as we mentioned before, how do I make sure that my GPUs are fully being utilized? As well as the operational complexity and if you want, like spaghetti of tools that are in the mix in order to scale such deployments. Maybe it's also a good segue to introduce VAST. I will do that in a second. But I think the best way to understand how do we take this gold mine of enterprise data to production at scale is actually looking at the following analogy. So think about enterprise data as a crude oil. In order to become premium fuel, crude oil needs to go through a refinery process that has multiple steps. It cannot power high-performance inference engine as is, and therefore this refinery layer is so much critical. At VAST, we're building the AI operating system for large-scale AI factory deployments, where we basically complement many of the stack that is underneath, and I will show that from an architecture standpoint in a second. So take like a pretty straightforward, typical RAG pipeline, right? That has the ingestion layer and the retrieval layer. And in the ingestion, you have S3 raw data that needs to land on storage and get into the pipeline using some ingest services in order to have the data in place. Those documents or the data that you want to retrieve on needs to go through some processing, like parsing and extracting, and obviously chunking into smaller pieces so that it can be further embed and further infer. And at the end, when you have all the data vectorized, it basically means that it's now ready for the retrieval piece. The second bit of the retrieve is basically taking the user query, running it through some sort of an orchestration, right? Something that explains what the steps are for the pipeline. This is a RAG pipeline, so what the steps are. This query needs to be embedded in order for you to do effective semantic search on the ingested data and on the retrieved data. So that's a query embed phase. Permission filter, and obviously policy enforcement because we live in an enterprise setup. And only then you get a vector search that is generating a response for RAG. It's a mess, right? There are 12 hops, 4 to 6 different teams that needs to get involved. It impact on latency and it impact on basically stressing the pipeline. And therefore, I think that the way people speak about AI deployments that are not getting to production at scale, that's basically one of the main reasons. It's a pipeline that needs to be further optimized, and there are many tools in the mix, as many of the speakers speak about it today. So, at a very simplistic, straightforward way, AI factory architecture has 4 layers. The bottom layer is the enterprise data, our crude oil. The middle layer is a GPU compute infrastructure where we have those machines basically running and powering those pipelines. Above that, which I think one of the most important layers, is the data services layer. So how do I get this data after being vectorized to the GPUs effectively for further inference? And then the upper layer is basically what the customers, what the end users actually feels, right? That's the applications that we know, which was first introduction of ChatGPT back in 2023, but then a suite of hundreds and thousands of applications that basically shows how the value is being perceived. So after we understand the AI factory from an architecture standpoint, I want to show quickly where VAST complement and how VAST basically sits and powers such deployments. So the bold squares in green-blue, basically shows all the aspects, all the components where VAST is supporting AI factories for large-scale deployment. Completely owning the bottom layer, right? VAST started as a multi-protocol, very high-performance storage platform that support SMB, S3, and that's what we were known for, right? That's what we started. Storage play a major key role in running agentic workflows, because agentic workflows are like continuous tasks, and continuous tasks need to constantly read and write from storage and need to produce more data, also synthetic data, log their traces, log their tool use, and therefore storage is playing a very key role in the infrastructure phase. Databases, so also high-performance columnar database, native to the platform, rely on the DAYS architecture by VAST. DAYS, disaggregated shared everything. That's the disruptive architecture that the company developed. And of course, streaming data. I'm skipping the compute just for a second, but obviously we started with the organization already invested in GPUs. They want to make sure they're utilized. I'm going to the data services layer. So Event Broker is a Kafka-compatible event mechanism that can publish events and stream data for analytics use cases and downstream tests. The data engine is our key component for running pipelines directly on the VAST cluster tenant. So think about it as a Kubernetes-based containerized environment for running pipelines directly on the VAST cluster tenant. Serverless triggers and functions with full observability and full monitoring of the platform, on the platform. VASTDB, maybe the latest disruptive technology that we've launched to the market. It's a vector DB that can support trillions of embeddings. So what we saw in some of the large-scale deployments is that when you have a lot of data that needs to be vectorized, in many cases, vector is the key barrier for scaling such deployments. And we've developed our own native vector index for VASTDB. And last but not least is our agent engine, basically an orchestration layer for orchestrating agents that are running directly on Vast. At the top, applications, so you can build your agents wherever you build them and just basically running them on Vast. But we also produced and provided some end-user, end-to-end applications to customers for a variety of verticals, from simplistic research RAG to video intelligence and video processing using AI, to applications that are doing some fraud detection. And also we have a suite of offering for healthcare diagnosis of images. Last but not least, Kubernetes. Sometimes the deployment is being blocked by organizations that don't want to create and manage their own Kubernetes cluster. So we allow organizations today to run and deploy Kubernetes directly on the Vast C node, compute node. To wrap it up, I think it's just an emphasis of how Vast is integrated through the entire stack. There are multiple tools, there are multiple reasons that bring Vast to be what it is today, which is one of the leading AI operating system companies in the world and one of the most valued companies in the world. As a software company, purely software, unified data foundation, and obviously we can elaborate in a different session. Data store, data space, database, and sync engine. That's just a router for the enterprise data to bring all the data to the pipeline. Real-time AI pipelines that I mentioned before, with event streaming, retrieval intelligence, with a lot of use of external microservices for the pipeline. Inference optimization, which is a huge category, but we definitely do some fascinating work with NVIDIA Dynamo and LM Cache and other inference engines to kind of offload KV cache for large-scale context window use cases. And the agentic production. So with that, I will basically wrap up and invite you to come and have a chat with us. Thank you so much for your time today.